10 News begins with breaking news.
This is one of just a few videos to show the intensity of a magnitude 7.7 earthquake, the strike between Jamaica and Cuba just this afternoon.
The epicenter was located in the Caribbean Sea. It was relatively strong, but a shallow quake still, with a depth of about 6 miles. No major damage or injuries were reported, but people as far as Miami said they felt it, with buildings swaying back and forth, causing evacuations. Now, geologist Pat Abbott is joining us here to talk about where this earthquake took place. Thank you so much for being with us, Pat.
Good to be here.
So first off, let's start with where this happened. What is the significance of the location of this quake?
Well, it's right in the heart of the Caribbean Sea, as you could tell. But interestingly enough, this is an area here, basically it's the southern end of North America. The Caribbean plate is down this way. Up this way is the North American plate. And so this is a major boundary on the Earth. And a major boundary means moving faults, meaning earthquakes.
Guys, I believe we have a second map we could pull up here so Pat could talk a little bit about the plate itself and how far it moved and what it did today.
So, well, here we were just looking here's Cuba here and Jamaica and Haiti here. But here it says North American plate. Well, from here all the way on up to the Arctic, going all the way over to California here, this whole huge plate is moving. And what happened here today is right about here on the sea floor, a hunk of North America moved farther to the west. We moved to the west today.
Haiti was devastated in 2010 by a magnitude 7.0 quake. Why did this not do as much damage as that one did 10 years ago?
Luckily, today's was just out on the ocean floor, and it ruptured the ocean floor for probably a 100-mile length. But we have that distance to have some of that energy taken out of it. Now, in Haiti back in 2010, January 2010, it was right on land where it went. It was just about like running something through the San Francisco Bay Area. In other words, there was no escaping it. Every bit of energy was put into the buildings there.
Pat, what is the likelihood that we're going to see significant aftershocks? Because there's always going to be some sort of activity happening.
That's right. You never have just one earthquake. And you know, if kind of a rule of thumb is at -1. So if we had a 7.7, go down 1, 6.7, 6.5, 6.3, there will be some in the next few days, several earthquakes up to the mid-6s magnitude, which are things that will be widely felt. Those are large earthquakes.
So it was felt as far away as Miami. The entire United States, people are going to be converging on Miami this weekend for the Super Bowl. Not just going to the game, but should they be concerned about those aftershocks?
Well, I think you're far enough away that I don't expect any real problems. On the other hand, you might as well have it in your mind that if the ground does start shaking a bit for you, that it is that aftershock and you know what it is. Knowing what it is takes a lot of the fear or the sting out of it.
That's the key.
All right, Dr. Pat Abbott, always breaking down things so we can understand. We appreciate it.
Very good.
Thank you, Pat.
And we alerted 10 News viewers about today's earthquake by sending out a breaking news alert. To get real-time news on your smartphone or tablet, you can just download the app, go to the App Store and search 10 News.
All right, this is new video. It could play a vital role in the investigation of the helicopter crash that killed NBA star Kobe Bryant and 8 others. It shows their helicopter circling just minutes before going down. The NTSB just wrapped up a briefing on its investigation. Here is the very latest.
Now, the agency says it will issue its first report in 10 days, but a final report with a probable cause could take up to 18 months. All 9 bodies have been recovered, and iPad, cell phone, and maintenance records have also been found in the wreckage. The debris field is described as bigger than a football field, spanning an area of 500 to 600 feet. We have team coverage on this story. We begin with ABC's Romina Puga in Los Angeles.
In Calabasas, the NTSB providing video of its use of drones to document the helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 others. The debris field stretching hundreds of feet. The helicopter took off from an airport in Orange County shortly after 9 a.m., headed to Thousand Oaks for a girls' basketball game. These videos show Kobe Bryant's helicopter circling over Glendale on Sunday morning. The fog was thick, bad enough that police departments did not fly their own helicopters. Around 9:44, eyewitnesses reported hearing a helicopter flying very low. Air traffic controllers informing the pilot they could not detect him on radar.
2 Echo X-ray, you're still too low level for flight following at this time.
According to investigators, an iPad found in the wreckage may have been used to track weather updates and flight planning. The pilot, identified as Era Zobayan, who had been flying for 20 years, according to the company that trained him. Also on board, Gianna's teammate Alyssa and her parents Carrie and John Altobelli, head coach of the Orange Coast College baseball team.
He's going to leave a legend with that baseball field.
Sarah Chester and her daughter Peyton also died on Sunday. and assistant basketball coach Christina Mauser. Her husband Matthew saying his wife was hand-picked by Bryant to coach the girls' team.
He picked my wife because she was exceptional at what she did. I gotta raise these kids on my own now. 3 babies.
Bryant used helicopters frequently to bypass Los Angeles traffic. In 2018, he told Barstool Sports it was his preferred method of transportation so he could still train but not compromise family time. In downtown Los Angeles, Romina Puga, ABC News.
Just 2 days after losing its beloved coach in that helicopter crash, Orange Coast College baseball team played its season opener against Southwestern Community College.
Our 10 News anchor Vanessa Van Hefty went up to Costa Mesa for the game where the team honored their coach with an on-the-field ceremony beforehand.
Here at the ballpark, you can feel that emptiness and heartbreak here at the house that Coach Altobelli built. Players taking the field for the first time without him.
Two teams on opposite sides sharing the grief on a difficult opening day. Forever a Pirate, the crowd sporting number 14 after Coach John Altobelli, who died with his wife and daughter in Sunday's helicopter crash that claimed the lives of Kobe Bryant and 5 others. Coach Altobelli's brother, Tony, in awe of the support.
Wow, look at all these people out here today. So on behalf of my family, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Coach Dave Dinneran from Chula Vista Southwest College offering respect to Altobelli's team's decision to play.
We wear our school colors today, but we are today all Pirates.
Orange Coast assistant coach Nate Johnson taking over for Altobelli, who won 4 state championships and built this program from the ground up.
As you guys were walking in, you saw this is the house that Alto built. Everything you see here, Alto fundraised for, he did it all. And when I say this is the house that Alto built, he didn't do it lightly. It took him 28 years, and this was his dream job, and he loved every second of this job.
The Altobelli family saying tonight they have just one wish on this opening day.
Play baseball the way my brother would have wanted you to play. Have fun. Focus on what you guys got to do today. Smile, have some fun, hustle in and out, all that stuff. Don't piss them off today.
People have been gathering here, you can see, for hours since Sunday, a memorial of jerseys, flowers, and pictures for a man who is being described as a giant on campus. At Orange Coast College, Vanessa Van Hefty, 10 News.
Now to a health alert. Tests are being done right now to find out if there is a case of the deadly coronavirus here in San Diego. Today, local health officials revealed that they sent a sample from a San Diego patient to the Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta. There are currently 5 confirmed cases of coronavirus in the U.S. The nearest is in Orange County. All 5 of those cases are patients who had traveled to China. There's particular concern at UC San Diego because they have more than 5,000 Chinese students.
I think it's always good to share more information so people are more informed, so that if something happens, they know how to deal with it.
This new type of coronavirus has now killed more than 120 people. The total cases have skyrocketed to almost 6,000, mostly in China. Right now, a charter plane filled with Americans is on its way to California from the outbreak zone in China.
Your voice, your vote. We're getting a first look at how voters may decide on 2 upcoming ballot measures that could alter housing developments all across our county. The results are in from our new Scientific 10 News Union Tribune poll.
Our 10 News reporter John Horn is in the newsroom. And John, as it stands, things do not look good for developers.
No, not according to at least these new numbers we just got. Now, we're talking about measures A and B. They are separate, but they do go hand in hand. Now, one of them would authorize about 2,100 homes in an area north of Escondido. The other could force public votes on a wide range of development projects proposed around the unincorporated county. Measure A, called Save Our San Diego Countryside, would trigger a county-wide vote when the Board of Supervisors alters its already approved general plan to allow for more dense development in an unincorporated area. Proponents say it's in response to housing proposals too large for the backcountry, leading to concerns over traffic, pollution, and fire safety. The poll shows 33% supportive, 11% against, with 55% still undecided.
We think if this passes, then will finally be the critical signal to sprawl developers to stop.
But opponents say Measure A would add to an already costly and uncertain environment for developers, which they say is contributing to our supply crunch. They add there could be county-wide public votes for proposals with as few as 6 housing units.
Either the developers aren't going to want to participate, or if they do, we're going to be seeing pop-ups of campaigns all over the county.
Measure B would authorize a development called Newland Sierra just north of Escondido. It would allow for 2,100 new homes, many pitched as affordable to middle-income earners. In 2018, the County Board of Supervisors approved amending the general plan to allow for Newland Sierra, but a referendum led by residents and the adjacent Golden Door Spa is sending it to the ballot. Our poll shows voters currently rejecting Newland Sierra, with 34% opposed, 22% in favor, and 45% still unsure. And one point of note, those who support Measure A say that the general plan already calls for about 60,000 new homes around the county. Now, those against the measure say there is no way that developers will be able to deliver even half of that. Now, you can read the full statements from the campaigns on our website shortly. That's 10news.com. For now, live in the newsroom, John Horn, 10 News.
Thank you, John. And coming up at 5:30, a political expert will be here to discuss which way all the undecided voters for both measures are likely to go. Big changes.
Yes, big changes. They are coming to some popular San Diego beaches. Motorized scooters are getting banned from several busy boardwalks. Today, the City Council passed a ban in a narrow vote. The changes cover boardwalks in Mission Beach, Pacific Beach, La Jolla, and Mission Bay Park. Supporters say the scooters are a safety hazard. Others like them as a convenient way to get around. Councilmember Barbara Bree's office tells 10 News the ban goes into effect here in 2 weeks.